So every year, the goal is to get a little bit better than I was the last year. Although I never really know how well I did because I never do a full recap. So today, this is my 2024 recap. You know what my first goal of 2025 is to do? Fill in this damn poster. I'm bogus. I've been doing all these YouTube videos with the 20 by 28 sign just sitting there, and it needs something in the frame. There's two of them, actually. You don't even see that one. I'm embarrassed. Going into 2025, I wanted to make sure that I had something to compare my progress to. I just decided to go through my Photos app and see where I took photos on set and remembered those jobs, wrote them down, and put them here in my notes in the spreadsheet for you. So I'm gonna go over all of this. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but here's how I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down into a couple different sections. The first section is gonna be what I've done as a DP. It's gonna be my DP work. Anything that I was hired on as a DP cinematographer, or anything that I was actually a camera operator for as well. Next, I'm gonna go into my director's work, which is anything that I directed, or whether it was I wrote it or someone else wrote it. Anything I directed. From there, I'm gonna go into post-production work. After that, it will be any other professional work, so things I do like DIT from time to time, or if I was on set helping out with someone, or if I was, doing a contract that, just whatever to pass the time, fill in the calendar kind of thing. And then last, I'll talk about some of the things that I've done personally and some things that I wanted to commit to my personal growth. So first, we're gonna start off with my DP work. Now, I'm gonna try and get through these really quickly. I won't linger on a lot of them. I'll just talk a little bit about them, and some of them I'll just blow right by. The first one I wanna talk about is I shot my first full comedy special as a director of photography. It was for Lisa Curry, very funny. We shot this in my home state of Wisconsin. We did 2 shows in one night. I had a main wide and then a main tight, straight on. I had a camera off to the left, and then I had a camera on a slider off to the right. And in the second show, we switched those. It was a pretty challenging shoot, just trying to make sure I had proper lighting I was able to hang some stuff from the ceiling, but they were pretty low ceiling, so there were some challenges there that I had to get through. But overall, I think it turned out amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I wish I could show it to you. I might be able to show like a little bit of screenshots here. If I am, you'll see it. I'm gonna clear that with them first. But I can't wait for you to see it. It's in the process of being shopped around and being sold, and fingers crossed it gets picked up by Netflix or something. That'd be great. The next thing I did is I was the DP for a short film called Kelly. Interesting thing, I had been against film festivals, and I still kind of am a little bit, but I'm opening up to them. Last year, I was like, I'm gonna open up more and try to do more film festivals. I do see them as a money grab, but this time I went into it with the mindset of I'm gonna go and network and meet with people. And it was easier to do that because I had a film that was in this film festival that looked amazing.
Hello.
Hi.
And what I found is from that film and going to those film festivals, I was able to talk to so many people and meet so many people, and I landed a couple jobs out of just going to the film festivals. And it was about a 30-minute piece, so people sitting through the 30-minute piece, and then, question and answer, or go up and talk, and people come talk to me afterwards, telling me how beautiful the film was, thank you so much, and, asking me, hey, can we work together? Can I talk to you about some things? And that right there is what I feel I can vibe with as far as film festivals goes. I don't really vibe with the money grab kind of aspect of it or the politics of it, but if you can get into a film festival, a decent one, or even one that you think isn't so decent, people are making films all over the place. You can get your work seen, and that's when you get to network, and that's that network sideways, you know what I mean? So definitely, I'm not putting down film festivals anymore like I did before. But 2024 was great for film festivals. The film Kelly just finished its film festival run. Actually, I take that back. It's gonna be in the Pan-African Film Festival next year, and then it's done with this festival run. And hopefully, it comes to streaming somewhere, and I can show it to you guys. But I can at least show you guys the trailer, or a little bit of the trailer. Maybe just click right here, and wherever it's at, and you can watch the trailer. Another job that I had the opportunity to work on was another documentary for this company, Big Media TV. This will be my third or fourth documentary that I worked on with them as a DP, and I have got my credits on Netflix now through a couple of their docuseries, by doing these projects with them. This one was about the USS Cole, which is a very sad and inspiring story at the same time, about a U.S. warship that was bombed in Yemen, like back before, 9/11. I went to DC to shoot, and then we came back to California. We shot in Long Beach, and then finally we did one more shoot on a battleship, which was crazy walking through that battleship with all that gear. It was amazing to be able to have full access to an actual battleship, an actual warship, and then hear the stories of the captain of the USS Cole and, really get a feel of what it felt like for them on that day when the bombing happened. Hopefully you guys get to see that one soon as well. Also did another documentary that just finished this film festival run for a woman named Valerie Udiozer. She's a director and writer, and it was about her mom, who was actually the first Black woman to graduate as a doctor from the University of Louisville, Kentucky. It's a short documentary, won a few awards. She won a few awards for it, and another piece that I'm really proud of. Also, over the years, I've been doing a bunch of stuff with King Bach. That's one of the homies. Him and his sister are amazing people, but that's kind of normal. I do a bunch of shorts and things with that, with his pace of putting out content. He's always doing something, so I'm always there to help those guys out when they need it. I did a internal training video, which actually came out pretty dope, but no one will ever see it because it's an internal training video for a company called Trade Desk. Those little corporate jobs, they come, and they pay the bills, and you can make some dope stuff out that you can, add to the reel. Now, also, I did the biggest job to date in my DP career.
Cync Smart Lights, perfect for any moment. Upgrade your space inside and out.
I DP'd a ad campaign for GE, General Electric, and their Cync lights. And man, this job was stressful, but it was so much fun. We got a bunch of high-level looks out of it. The client was really happy. I was able to do what I love, which is play with colors and put colored lights everywhere, and because it was GE Cync, it's all about the RGB home lights look, you know what I mean? So I was able to do that, and we just got some really good stuff, and the pieces came out really dope. And yeah, that's a high-end client, so I was very excited to land that job, and I look forward to doing more with them and more higher-end jobs in 25. And finally, for DP work, I didn't shoot this year, but it was finally released this year, and it's a project called Maharlika Warrior Princess. It came out so dope. Oh, the action scenes were so clean, and the grade and the effects, everything just came out super dope, so I was very happy to see that finally was released. And also, I'll link in the description to the trailer so you can check that out also. So, 2024, it felt like a really good year for my DP work. I did a lot of projects. I actually initially, when I started to think about this video, I felt like I didn't do as much as I did. And when I started to break it down, I was like, oh, I actually did all right. Next, let's talk about my director work. I did 2 films this year. I did Nighthack, which just finished its festival run, and that did pretty well on the festival circuit. I still haven't been able to break into any of the bigger ones yet, but it did pretty well for what it was. It was a 5-minute piece that I shot in a night, and it was a horror piece, so it didn't take much to do, but we did a lot with what we have. And it did so well that we decided to start playing with the idea of turning that into a feature film. So stay tuned, because that's most likely the next thing coming up. And after that, I did maybe the film that I'm most proud of to date, and that's a film called Strong Friend. That is in post right now. I was able to find some amazing actors for this. I was able to work with my lead actress, who is new. Her name's Brittany Peters. And I was also able to bring back some actresses that I worked with before. I worked with Justina again, who was my Ivy in the Harley Quinn season 2 series. And then I worked with my buddy Derek, who was actually the writer and director of Kelly. So that was very exciting that I was able to bring those people together to work. And also, this was the first film that I am happy to say I paid everyone that was there. I paid my actors, I paid my crew, I paid for food, I paid for location, I paid for everything. So that was something that's really near and dear to my heart, because I feel that no matter what stage you're in, you should be able to compensate someone at some point, and you want to get the best product. And especially when you're trying to move up, you're gonna have to start paying people. So don't try to cheat people. Tell them what you have. A lot of times they'll work with you. They understand. My production designer, she does a ton of, higher budget films. But anytime I call her and I tell her the idea and she likes it, she comes and helps me, because she supports me. She supports what I do. I support what she does. And we have a lot of fun. I respect her. She respects me. And that's how we get down. So pay people. Pay people. You can do it. Trust me. Save up. Pay people. Moving right along, I want to move on into post-production. Let's see. Okay, so first I'll get this one out the way. I have been working on a documentary called Powernomics. I was editing that documentary. It's about a man named Dr. Claude Anderson and kind of his ideologies on moving Black people and the Black culture forward. So it's called Powernomics. You can check out his books and all of his movement. Just Google Powernomics and you'll see a bunch of stuff pop out. But I was able to do a little bit of that. Now, this one is a big one, okay? I took on a contract around the end of April, beginning of May. I had one of my good friends, Edison, call me up. He's a producer, and he said, hey, I got this thing going on. We don't know what it's gonna be yet, but if you wanna come and help out with doing some things, it's a little bit out of the normal of what you do, but your skill set would be very useful for us. So needless to say, I came out to help, and it turned out to be a project with Lightstorm. Now, if you don't know Lightstorm, I'm sure you know James Cameron. It was James Cameron's company. I was invited down to the Avatar stage to help out with a 3D project that they were working on. Initially, they taught us how to use the 3D rigs and the technology that they created for Avatar and that they have been using. And then from there, we started to build upon that. So we were creating different workflows. So I'm in post-production, putting things together, learning how to correct for 3D and correct for stereo and make sure that I have my interocular set and convergence set properly, so when you put on the glasses, it doesn't hurt. When you put on a headset, an Apple Vision Pro or a Meta Quest or a Meta Oculus, it doesn't hurt. Is it the Quest or the Oculus? I can't remember which one it is, but either way, when you put on those headsets, it's not hurting you to watch that. So it's a little bit difficult to explain, but a very, very awesome project to work on. And now I am one of the few people in the world that actually know how to do this. And I can proudly say that the work that I have been doing with Lightstorm, because I was there full time for a few months, and now I'm there still helping out on a 2 times a week kind of basis, just doing what I need to do. But I can proudly say that I played a small part in the partnership that James Cameron announced with Lightstorm Vision and Meta. Clap it up. Yes, that was a big partnership. That was a big deal, like millions of dollar deal that closed, maybe one of the first of its kind, where a production company and a tech company came together to build to see what we can do with the future of head-mounted displays, with the future of the Oculus, the Quest, the Apple Vision Pro. So yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes in the future. And 2025, it does hold some big, big things. So stay tuned. So last year, I put up a post on Threads that says something to the effect of, I will be at the Grammys, the Oscars, or whatever, some other award show in 2024. I didn't make it to the Oscars, unfortunately. But the way God works, he put me in the right place. He put me with the people that I needed to meet. And I was able to go to the ESPYs. I got an invite to the ESPYs from some people that I had worked with and had been building a relationship with at ESPN. So I didn't get to the Oscars, but I got to the ESPYs, and I count that as a goal achieved. I count that as a win. And yeah, next year, I'm gonna fight to get to the Oscars. Also this year in 2024, I relaunched my streaming service that I attempted to launch back during pandemic around 2020. And I relaunched it with a series called Evolution of a Heathen, which was about this DJ who was kind of an asshole, for lack of a better word, in the city, but he's really good at what he does. But his passion was always community and giving back and the youth. So the series is about basically him shedding that heathen and becoming a better person for what he wants to do going forward. So he has to get rid of that persona in order to move forward in his journey in his career. So redgrade.tv, you can go and check that out. I'll put a link down in the description below. I believe it's free. You can go and watch it for free. All you have to do is click the link below and use promo code EVO20. And that will get you all 4 episodes of that series for free. And along with that, I started to upload more projects that I was able to find, create, and license. So if you go there, do the free trial, or just go there and watch Evolution of a Heathen, I'd really appreciate it. And just keep an eye on it, because right now I am just giving everything away for free, and I'm allowing it to build and grow a catalog. And, we'll see where this goes. So the last project of the year that I did was a project with Westin and Goop. Westin is obviously the hotel chain, and Goop is the company of Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, we did this shoot with Gwyneth Paltrow, which was awesome. Obviously, if you know me, I am an Iron Man fan. I believe that Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. saved Marvel, and I'm also a big fan of Pepper Potts. Funny thing is going into this, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get a photo with Pepper Potts. But one thing that you learn when you start to get around more and more people of higher celebrity status and higher, the upper echelon, it's very, very, very unprofessional to go up and ask for a picture. A lot of people that I work with, I never take a picture with. I only will take a picture with them if we connect in a way that allows me to be like, hey, do you mind if we take a photo? So in this particular instance, I was the DIT on this one. So I was just media managing and, doing LUTs and all the DIT good stuff. Y'all know what DIT does. Hopefully, if not, I'll do another video on it. I wasn't close enough with her to create a relationship to where I feel like, hey, I could get a picture, but it would have been dope to get a picture with Pepper Potts. When you're in a professional work setting, you don't have time for that. You don't want to make people feel like, he shouldn't be here. He's an amateur, obviously. I'm never asking anybody for a photo. If you see me take a photo with anybody, it's because we had a conversation, we built a little bit of rapport, a little bit of relationship, like with the picture with Will Smith and The Rock. I was able to talk and have good conversation with those guys to where it was comfortable and natural to say, hey man, I'd really love to take a picture with you. And I didn't get the opportunity to do that with Miss Paltrow, but maybe next time. Still was a great opportunity to be on set shooting a high-level commercial. And lastly, I just want to talk about a couple personal things that happened to me. And then when I say personal, it's kind of personal, professional. I'm not getting into anything like super deep into my life or anything like that. But for the first time in forever, if y'all have kids, y'all probably know that song. I'm not gonna tell you where it's from, but it's Frozen. But yeah, my daughter. Yeah, for the first time in forever, I actually took a vacation. My wife and I went with some other friends to Hawaii for my birthday. And man, I tell you, we went for about a week and it just wasn't enough. I could not get enough of Hawaii. We went to the island of Kauai. It's very relaxing, very peaceful. I was able to recharge the batteries, and I didn't know that I needed to do that. So that's my goal for every year, to at least take one vacation and do something. It doesn't have to be my birthday. I just want to take a vacation to go recharge the batteries and just enjoy life. And then the other thing, which is personal but also kind of professional, is I had to get back to doing this. I had to get back to doing YouTube. At the beginning of the year, I was posting some things here and there and getting into shorts and doing those. And then when I started to work with James Cameron and Lightstorm, I kind of fell off, and not realizing that my fall off caused me to not post for 6 months. And it got me removed from the YouTube partner program, sadly. So I'm almost back. As you can see, if you've been keeping up with my channel, the consistency is there. Now it's just about gaining the trust of the algorithm back, making good stuff for you guys to view, and hopefully I'll get back there. I have been a partner, since 2014, 2015, somewhere in there. I've been a partner for that long, and I just got cut. So that hurt. But I'm working on it, getting it back. I'll be back, let's say, I'm gonna give myself a goal of, I'll be back in the program by February. Let's say that. Back in the program by February. Hold me to it. So in conclusion, there's a couple things that I learned from 2024. You gotta celebrate the small wins. Everything's not a big hurrah, but everything is a step forward. It's a step in the right way. And you should celebrate that. You should be happy for it. I'm not saying get complacent and then start to slack off a bit, but celebrate it, acknowledge it, look up and realize like, okay, I have some progress happening, and then get back to it. I thought before I did this exercise of writing down everything that I did, I thought that I didn't do as much as I did. And I was kind of down, like, damn, I should have done a little bit more. But when I started to actually go through it, I was like, wow, I did a bunch of dope jobs. I did a bunch of stuff. And I should feel good about that. So celebrate the small wins. You need it. Also, remember that currency is not always monetary. Currency can come in the form of a favor. Currency can come in the form of creating relationships. Currency could come in the form of many things. It doesn't always have to be monetary. So if you look at everything from a monetary point of view or a monetary standpoint, you're gonna get stagnant. Sometimes you have to do free work. Sometimes you have to do work for the low. Figure it out. Figure out what's the next best move for you, and is it in your best interest, or is it just in the interest of service? You just want to help someone out. And with that being said, I look forward to everything that 2025 has to offer me. I look forward to everything that 2025 has to offer you. I will be back, head down, grinding, but I will always remember throughout the year to look up, enjoy the view, and then get right back to it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It might be a little bit longer, I'm not sure yet, we'll see. But thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe if this is of any value to you. If not, just throw up the peace sign in the comments and say, good work, see you next year. And again, salute to y'all. Have a great New Year's Eve. Be safe, do not drink and drive. Uber's gonna be high, just pay it. It's worth it, doesn't matter. And I'll see y'all in 2025. Peace.